Did I inadvertently find Nancy Guthrie on the last video I posted? Welcome in everybody to Motive Means Opportunity, True Crime Intuition. My name is Leanne. I have been doing remote viewings on the Nancy Guthrie case, and even though I said I didn't want to do location anymore after submitting my findings to the FBI on this case twice, I think I inadvertently found her. Now, I know most of you didn't get that far in my last video because the algorithm tells me that, and YouTube's changing the algorithm right now in June. And I know most of you missed my last 3 remote viewings. So I went in and I asked for Nancy's resting place in my second remote viewing. I'm going to show it to you now, but what happens afterwards is the really interesting part. People started commenting that what I picked up in my remote viewing and the trail name that I heard actually exists. And even in that video, even though I went to look for it and I didn't find it, I intuitively was right about everything I said about where I think Nancy is. Therefore, I'm really wondering if I actually located Nancy Guthrie and where she is resting right now. After you watch this, tell me what you think below. Let's get at watching that reading that I told you just a little while ago of the last video I posted called My 3 Remote Viewings. Let's watch number 2 together now. Okay, so I'm wrapping up the end of remote viewing 1. And if you missed it, you definitely don't want to miss it because, like as I said, YouTube's doing some algorithm stuff and they're actually looking at my channel right now. They invited me to a special invite only community for YouTubers. And I had no idea it even existed. So they're analyzing my channel right now, and I'll know at the end of June if I get in. So please, please, please do a girl favor and hype, share, like, and watch the videos to the end. It would really help me get into this community. And I would really love the opportunity. So let's watch this now because boy, oh boy. Number 2. Okay, I'm going to show you on the map. Sorry, I'm on the couch today, but I'm going to show you on my map. So the pillow you see is my cushion on my couch behind another big cushion that obviously is not holding me up. Sorry, yes, I am moving now. Okay, number 2, I ask, where is Nancy's resting place? I'm going to pull up on the map where I think it may be, like generally, but I get the first thing I get is in the desert, a vast open field in the desert, north of her house. The show I believe she might have come in. I'm seeing the mountains and I'm seeing 2 peaks of mountains. I haven't even looked at this on the map, but the sun's coming in, like she's sort of buried in front of them in what you would see below. It's like this flat area like I'm looking at below. And the mountains, like you can see behind me, are in that distance. And she's sort of in the field. And I'm getting that the sun would rise on the east. So if she's facing her left mountain ridge, and that I hear that there's is a pathway that she can see. Oh yeah, I hear a flight path overhead, close to the flight path. Wide, big open field with them north of her home, open field, and again the mountains. And then I see this visually, not like somebody was there at the moment, but I believe like on the mountain to her right towards Mexico is a trail that would be known by locals. I hear the word Horse Canyon. I don't know. It's like a trail that it might be a like an off the like a local name or term. And I believe that's would be a back road into Mexico. But she's not in Mexico, I hear. Not in close, but not in Mexico. Yeah, and it's really in deep country. And like this trail that I'm given this name, like known to locals as some horse canyon trail or a trail to Horse Canyon or whatnot. And I've been shown an image of a rider on the back, like a country rider. And then I'm kind of being shown like an arrow, like as if that's like that would be towards Mexico. Not like she's close to the border, but not close like at the border, and maybe just east, like she'd have to be, that would be like northeast of her home, but I don't think she's that far. Like the trail is to the east. I think she would be north mainly of her home, but maybe slightly east, but definitely not to the border. Not. Oh yeah, okay. And then so that's my second remote viewing. And in my third remote viewing session, okay, and I forgot to show the map. So I'm going to fast forward to you where I go to the map. I couldn't locate it, so I thought, and I just said, well, it would have to be here based on what I'm viewing. Wow. And then, like I said, I always read your comments and do the best I can. Sometimes I find them like a month later in some random spot that doesn't show up on my phone, but I really do try to find everybody's comments and like at least heart it and maybe respond to some of them. So then I go back and I see when you commented that the trail actually exists. Well, then I go and do a deep dive. Everything I just said is true about this trail and the location, everything. So let me show you where I went on the map, and then I'm going to show you what I found on Google. Wow, wow, wow. Did I just inadvertently locate Nancy's resting place? Is truly very curious. Okay, so I go on to explain the third remote viewing here. And this is, again, most of you did not, because I get all the analytics, get this far in the video. You got to the part where I was showing Ashley, and most of you missed my 3 remote viewings. And really, they super important information on them. So this one in particular, though, in this, I go back to the map because I forgot about it when I was explaining the third remote viewing. I forgot to show you the map. So here is what I did on that video, the last video I just posted below. Now I'm just going to quickly bring up the map of where I think it might be that I saw her resting place generally. And if I can pull up a flight path that would be close by, I will. Let's get that now. Okay, I'm having a hard time finding it on the map. I'll tell you that. But when I Googled, which I had no idea, I never even considered this before, Nancy's address, and I asked for flight paths over her address, I get, which is interesting because I almost felt the energy of military choppers that would probably have gone over this spot looking for her if they did. But because I get the home at 5820 North Camino Escalante, which is Nancy Guthrie's address, Catalina Foothills is underneath the General Air Force corridors for Tucson International Airport, Davis-Monthan Air Force Base, and the transient private military operations, which is so weird because I just said I felt that I was shown plane overhead, and like these are flash remote viewings, and I really felt military. But I'm trying to find her in this field here, and I just can't, because I don't see any fields other than maybe up here. This field right here. So Nancy's home in red. Like maybe there's some fields here, down here, before these big peaks of mountains. The Saguaro National Park east side, maybe in there. The Saguaro National Park east side. Watch, because I'm going to show you I was right. Last 3 seconds of this clip. I also want to just explain to you remote viewing, for those of you that are not aware, is very much like when I got premonition dreams. I started getting premonition dreams as a child. I got those for Jack and Lily, but I get them in my dream where it's like I see flashes, and just picture watching a black and white movie. And it's like the power goes out, and the last thing you see before the TV flickers and the power goes out is a scene in a movie. And now picture getting that, and getting an impression of what the message is trying to show you. So I'm trying to train my brain to prolong into that flash staying longer so I can get more information, if that makes sense. But I've just started remote viewing again recently, having trained briefly years ago on it. So that's what I'm trying to do. But let's watch this. Very few, a minute left, and then I'm going to show you, or 30 seconds left, I'm going to show you the freaking map and what one of you guys showed me, and then what I learned about what my remote viewing actually said. It's bang on. But I am just not able to locate it. So my apologies. So that's it for today. Okay, so that was it. Now I'm going to show you what one of you said. Wow. And then what I researched. Wow, wow, wow. I think I might have inadvertently found where Nancy is resting right now. Okay, Gina Drudge, thank you for your comment. She writes, 10 hours ago, I was looking for the trail you spoke of, and this came up. It has washes in it. The Wild Horse Trail in Tucson, Arizona is a scenic, moderately challenging multi-use trail located in the cactus forest area of the Saguaro National Park East. The trail is widely used for hiking, running. Let me see what else it says. And horseback riding. And like I said, I was shown the back end of a horseback rider, like wearing cowboy hat, cowboy boots, very cowboy country western look. So let me show you what I researched. OMG, y'all. So thank you for your comment, Gina. So I write the route from 5820 North Camino Escalante, Tucson, Arizona, with the postal code, or the zip code, I guess, as you guys call it in the United States, to just southwest of the trail entrance. Because if you remember what I just showed you, I said that was to Nancy's right, or to east, that I see the cowboy person. So I'm led to believe in that flash remote viewing session that Nancy is just, she can see the entrance to the trail, but is just west of it. So then I see this driving route from 5820 North Camino Escalante to Wild Horse Trail area, located at the eastern end of Speedway Boulevard, takes approximately 35 to 40 minutes to get to the area just southwest of the trail entrance. Now, let me just be clear here. This is not where I pinned the location to the FBI, because I believe she was being held in Oracle. And I said at the time, the energy shifted. I think they had left. And this is where ultimately she ended up, in my opinion, just based on yesterday's remote viewing and your comments. Now, you're not going to see this for days later, because again, I'm in the background trying to figure out my YouTube algorithms here. So my apologies. For what I'm trying to figure out is to get most of these videos out with as many views as possible. So my findings get out there, and I'm going to try to figure out who I'm going to send this to, because I am going to send this out to one of those YouTubers that has been looking at finding Nancy. Dad's Gone Live, specifically really like him, and his retired law enforcement PI officer friend, Nick. But yeah, okay, but they's left the area. Now let's keep reading here. So driving route is located 35 to 40 minutes to get to the area just southwest of the trail entrance. Douglas Spring parking hub area. Use the following turn by directions. Okay, so you would head south from Escalino, but we don't need to know that, because I don't think that she was taken directly there. But let's read what else I write, or I ask for rather, and I'll pull that up now. Okay, so last night I started looking into this. Wild Horse Canyon Trail east of Tucson, Arizona. The Wild Horse Trail, sometimes referred to as Wild Horse, is a beautiful moderate hike located in the Rincon Mountain District of Saguaro National Park. Let me just show you my notes to prove to you that's what I wrote, just for those of you that may not believe me. Okay, here we are. Known as to locals, Horse Canyon Rider near border. There's my notes. Let's get back into the video because I'm going to show you what I found out, which is wild. Okay, Wild Horse Trail, sometimes referred to as Wild Horse, is a beautiful moderate hike located in the Rincon Mountain District east of Sagro National Park. It is highly prized for its scenic desert landscape, panoramic views, valley views, and access to seasonal waterfalls. Excuse me. The distance, 3.3 to 7 miles out and back, depending on your route. Elevation 308 to 561 feet. Estimated time 1 hour and a half to 3 hours. Now I have to tell you, when I opened up the map for this park, when I opened up the map for this park, I got dizzy. I absolutely got dizzy. That's a telltale sign, which is why I'm even more confirming that this is where I believe she likely is, even though I didn't intend to find her. This says that the trailhead trail begins just past the end of Speedway Boulevard, close to Douglas Spring Trail. I'm going to go to the map in a minute after this. I'm going to read this to you. We're going to go to the map and look for this road. Even though I don't think that's how she left. I think she was taken into Oracle and held there for a while until it was decided that, or time came that she died. I don't know yet, but she was not taken directly, in my opinion, from Nancy's here. Okay. I don't think so. The route, the path meanders through lush cactus forest and features steady elevation changes. It branches out into multiple trails. Keep listening, allowing you to connect with Three Tanks Trail or continue towards Bridal Reef Falls. Scenery, you'd be treated to sweeping views of Tucson Valley and the Santa Catalina Mountains. No dogs allowed. Shade is sparse. Shared use. Okay. Shared use. The trail is popular with horseback riders, often from nearby 10K Verde Guest Ranch, so always yields the right of way. So I said often. I saw cowboy. Makes sense. Now, when I go into the park guide here, this is where I got super dizzy when I clicked on the park guide for the connecting routes. Is it a trail in the canyon? No. Okay. So it's not a deep canyon trail, but I did hear horses canyon towards a canyon or something. Remember? So while the surrounding area contains rolling desert hills, washes, and nearby canyons like Tonke Verde Canyon, the Wild Horse Trail itself is an upland desert path. It climbs up the ridges, rolls over switchbacks, and meanders through open cactus forest. Now, don't forget, she's not on the trail, guys and girls. She's in the valley looking at the start of this Wild Horse Trail. It's often called Wild Horse Canyon. I just showed you Horse Canyon in writing. I said known to locals as Horse Canyon, often called Wild Horse Canyon by mistake because the trail leads hikers up to a little wild horse tank, a natural rocky depression in the bedrock that collects water and follows shallow seasonal desert washes rather than a steep canyon floor. If you're looking for true towering canyon walls, travelers often confuse this local Arizona trail with two others, Little Wild Horse Canyon or Wild Horse Canyon Trail, which is British Columbia. Well, we're not in British Columbia. So I asked, can it take you towards the Mexico border? Now keep listening, because not directly, but there's another trail from there that takes you to Mexico. No, the Wild Horse Trail itself cannot take you to Mexico border, but it connects directly to a trail network that can. And I said, I believe it goes to Mexico, but she's not in Mexico. The Wild Horse Trail is a short localized path in Tucson. However, it crosses paths with the Arizona National Scenic Trail, and the AZT is an 800-mile contiguous trail stretching completely across the state from Utah all the way south to the U.S.-Mexico border. If you were to start at the Wild Horse Trail, you would hike your way to Mexico using the following route. So Wild Horse then leads south, connects to Arizona Trail Section 9 in the Rincon Mountains inside Saguaro National Park. The hike south in Arizona Trail Section 8 to Rincon Valley, which extends to the park. And then you would continue south on the AZT to roughly 60 to 70 miles through the Santa Rita Mountains and the Huachuca Mountains until you reach the terminus at the international border fence. Wow, let me open this up. But that's not where I believe she is. But I just wanted to show you that what I said there. And you guys were like, well, I said this trail is east of her home because she's facing it this way. And you guys are like, she's east. It's not south. Mexico's south. Well, the trail, boys and girls, you just heard it. And you're seeing it here on your screen. Absolutely goes south into Mexico. So I was right. I was absolutely right in everything I saw in my remote viewing so far. So what's the trail number that's just left or west of the one of the border? National parks do not use the trail number system in this forested area. It does not serve the trail's names. So the main ridge, Tonque Verde Ridge. So let's just keep going. I open the national parks map here when I say maps of the parks trail, please. And I get super, super dizzy. So I'll go back there, but I think that's not as important because she's not on the trail. She's in the field and can see the mouth of the trail into Sagua National Park entrance. I need you to understand that. So I'm going to go here in a second. So just left or west of the park entrance. Can you pin that on the map, please, to give me a link? Are you trying to pinpoint the parking area relative to White Horse Trail Canyon? So the White Horse Trail Canyon is located quite far from the main entrance, sitting on the northern boundary of the Sagua National Park east. So if you look directly west of the Wild Horse Trail along the northern border, you will find a quiet, unpaved historical connector route called the Freight Wagon Trail. Moving slightly farther west along that park line brings you to the Loma Verde Trail. Can you please pinpoint the Freight Wagon Trail here? So, okay. Where is Wild Horse Trail? So I just want to go so I can see what I'm seeing in my remote viewing of what Nancy is seeing. We're sitting right along the northern boundary of the south of the park, this trail park. Okay. So let me take you. So route from, I want to know the route from to the trail. Because let me just open this up for you. Let me open this up for you. Okay, so I really believe that she is somewhere in this field here, somewhere in this green box at the base of these mountains in this field. I don't make any promises. I'm going to do the best I can to see if I can get a view for you on Google Maps. And if I can get it more specifically narrowed down. Let's see if I can do that now. Okay, here we are on the Google Maps here. And you guys are right, obviously. It's not north, it's south, but it is east of her home. And I did say I felt like it was before the Oro Valley turn, right? So here's the Oro Valley turn. So, and on this side of the mountain range, and here it is, this entrance. And this, I believe, is the field. I'm going to see. There's the national park entrance. And these Loma Alta trailhead. And let's go to her house for a second here. And she's over here. Oh man, it would be very hard. I'm gonna try. Well, I said I wasn't gonna try to find anybody. I said I wasn't gonna try to locate specific locations because it's very stressful for me. It's my natural tendency to want to, but it's also stressful But I really think she is in this field. I mean, this Sagwa Park National East Side, right in here. Let's zoom in here a little bit. I think it's in here. Right in here. I think she's right in here. In this section. I'm going to go zoom in this section right here. Right in here, boys and girls. Right in here. See where there's no houses just before the mountain ridges? Let's see if I can get... Let's go back. Yeah, boys and girls, I'm not gonna be able to get at this point an exact view, but there is the Saguaro Park. I think, boys and girls, she's in here. I really think she's in this wash, this area, in somewhere around here. See where it's flat? There's no homes. Let's get the street view again. Look at this. There's the trail. This street here kind of dead ends, and you could feasibly get in here. There's the Suego Trail. Okay, so the Suego Trail, see these trail markers? Okay, wow. Okay, now that I'm seeing this Suego Trail, I think she's in here, boys and girls. I'm going to take a screenshot. I'm going to pin it. I'm going to take a screenshot. And I got to pin. No, I want this pinning here. Possible location. Tell me what you think, boys and girls. Should we get someone out here looking? Should we get someone out here looking for Nancy? Love and light, everybody. Do all the YouTube things. Help a girl out. Talk to you soon.